Alrighty, we have third team All Big Ten honoree D'Mitrik Trice here. If you have a question for D'Mitrik, let me know in the chat. Let's go ahead and start with Jim.
D'Mitrik, it seems like teams are going out of their way to limit you, especially early in games lately. Have you noticed that? Are teams doing anything a little bit different to try to not let you get going?
Yeah, honestly, and we kind of expected this throughout the season, depending on who we're playing. But yeah, switching up how they're going to guard me throughout the whole entire game, whether that's picking me up full court just to get into my legs a little bit, or making me go to my weaknesses or things like that. But I think for me personally, I think I have to be a little bit more aggressive in the beginning of games to be able to look for easier shots earlier in the game. Not taking like my first shot around 10 minutes into the first half and things like that. That's not how you really get going or see if the ball's going in for you or not. So I think a lot of it is just for me being aggressive in the beginning of the games.
Jeff Patrigas.
D'Mitrik, obviously last year you guys did not get to play in the tournament, but were playing very well at the end, very confident. After these last two games against Purdue and Iowa, everyone's talked about the offense being a little more efficient. Where's your mind at in terms of how well you guys are playing now and how well you could play in Indy this week, and why?
Yeah, I think even though our offense has been clicking really well, we're still having those lapses on defense, obviously, but I like where everybody's head's at. I think that we're trending in the right direction at the right time, and I think the guys are really excited to continue to progress forward. We know that it's it's win or go home. So we got to bring our A game for 40 minutes each and every game. And yeah, we played pretty well on the offensive end for these last couple of games and last week and a half or so. And we're just using that momentum to carry us through into this next segment that we're going into, two really good Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. So we're super excited about it.
Steve McGargy.
How tough is it to kind of have that mindset when you're entering the postseason, and when you're in the postseason the way y'all are, to just think, oh, and no, nothing before this matters, and to put all that behind you? Is it difficult, or is it easy to kind of adopt that?
Honestly, I feel like it's a little bit easier. You don't really have any pressure going into the postseason. You've worked your way to get to where you are, and we've worked our way to get to a 6th seed. And I think that we have a pretty good draw, and I like our odds of where we stand. So I think that we're clicking at the right time really right now, even though we've fallen short the last couple of games or last few games. I think the team's head is in the right spot and the coaches are in the right mindset. So going into these next games, I know we're going to leave it out on the floor every night. We know every game could be our last, so we're super excited about it, but we're just going to continue to progress forward.
Josh Schaefer, let's go to you.
D'Mitrik, you mentioned clicking a little bit better a couple times. Just what have you been seeing and feeling on the court that kind of has you thinking that?
Obviously the offensive numbers have clicked a little bit better. Even on the defensive end, I think that we're more engaged and more focused than we have been. We just have a little bit of lapses like Coach was talking about today in our film session. We just have a few plays here and there that change the outcome of the game. So I think we're right there, and the coach has been saying it, and I think the players believe it as well. So if we really start to click on both ends of the floor, I think we're going to be a really dangerous team here in March.
Raul Vasquez.
Hey, D'Mitrik, you guys saw shots fall during that second half against Iowa, and you guys played some of your best basketball. I was wondering, was that just kind of a good reminder of how good you guys can be when you see shots fall, or was that where you guys maybe not need that?
Yeah, no, it definitely is a testimony to what we can be when we're knocking down shots and sharing the ball and playing for one another. I think that when we are doing that, we're at our best. Obviously, when shots are going in, any team is really good, but specifically for this group and with multiple guys that can score and get you over 10 points a game, I think is key for us. So when we're all clicking on all cylinders, I think that we're a very, very dangerous team, and hopefully we can keep that rolling and then get a few stops on the defensive end to continue to win and move on.
Let's go to George Balakji.
Yeah, D'Mitrik, after hearing Coach Guard's post-game comments on Sunday, that kind of inspire you guys to play even harder, to not only hear him stand up for one of your teammates, but so passionately and not give a damn, frankly, after the game either way.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I had to tell him personally that I really appreciated it, and I thanked him for that, because that really shows that he cares for the players, cares for this team, and it really lit a fire under us. Even after the game, we could have went out there and played Iowa again right after the game once Coach was talking about those things, and then we saw on social media the things that he was saying in the post game conference and meeting and stuff. So yeah, it just lit a fire under us, and I think we're excited. We came with a lot of passion today at practice, and it was a really good day. So we're just going to continue to use that momentum to push us forward and continue to play for one another.
Seeing a couple more follow-ups, but a reminder, if you have a question, let me know in the chat. Let's go to Jim Polzine.
D'Mitrik, you guys will leave tomorrow and not really know when you're coming back because of the bubble. Is that strange? It's just that's unlike anything you guys ever will have gone through. You usually go to a tournament site and then we'll come back in between if there's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be different. We're going to have to pack a lot because hopefully we're going to be there for a long time throughout this whole next month or so. But it's definitely going to be a different, weird feeling, whether we have to go through quarantine for hours or whatever we have to do, staying in our rooms, things like that. But the team's ready. We're bringing our Xboxes, and we're going to be having 2K and Call of Duty and Fortnite parties all the time. So on our downtime, we'll most likely be playing the game. So I think guys are most excited about. They're not scared of the quarantine part or anything like that. They're like 15 to 24 hours. Oh, that's easy because we're going to play the game together. So I think the guys are excited about that, but just another opportunity to bond, even though we can't really see each other if we're going to have separate rooms.
Be a good time to plug your Twitch account. Jeff Petrikis, follow up.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the mood of the team after the loss, but you kind of described that. But we haven't had a chance to talk to Brad. I'm sure you have. And you mentioned guys appreciated your head coach's comments.
Yeah.
Can you share how Brad reacted to them?
Brad was honestly ecstatic that Coach went above and beyond of what he expected Coach to really do. And he's continuing to fight for it now. And Brad sees that, and he's been smiling and happy. Even after the game, he gave a talk to us and stuff, even before Coach even said anything to the media before Coach's post game. So Brad's attitude has been at all-time high. He's not looking at anything that was down or looked down upon at him for the Iowa game. So he's continued to be Brad, and that's who he is an uplifting, enthusiastic kind of guy. So he definitely has appreciated what Coach has done, especially over the last couple of weeks for him and fighting for him and saying what he needs to say in the media.
Can I just jump in real quickly? Can you share what was Brad's message to the players before, you guys knew what Greg said?
Honestly, it was just about starting over. The game was over. It was about, we got to get back to the drawing board. It was really like an inspiring speech that, and it wasn't too long. It was just about getting back to it. We're 0-0 now. The rest of the season before this doesn't matter. And we got a chance to continue to put our stamp and leave our legacy as these seniors, our final games are coming down to it. So we got to just continue to come out there and fight.
Couple more here. George Balekji.
I'm all good.
Okay, good deal. Raul Vasquez.
Hey, D'Mitrik, I'm sure you guys would be good with playing anybody in the Big Ten tournament, but I'm curious if you guys are excited about a potential rematch with Iowa, especially after how last game ended.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you was continue to go. But, yeah, no, we are super excited about, like I said earlier, our seeding. I think that we're in a good spot. And we played Nebraska and Penn State twice already this year, and we're excited about that matchup first and taking care of business on Thursday, and then seeing them on Friday. I think will be another heated battle for 40 minutes. But I think that it's always hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. So I think that we're right there and we're clicking at the right time. So I'm excited to first handle whoever we have on Thursday, but that potential matchup is definitely there, and we're definitely looking forward to them.
One more, Jim Polzine.
D'Mitrik, you mentioned the 0-0 thing. I'm curious how easy it is to kind of turn the page once you've had a regular season that maybe you know there's some stuff you'd like to have back probably. Can you quickly turn the page to the postseason, knowing that really your record doesn't matter at this point?
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of easier to do that because you've had lapses in the past. You just kind of forget about it. You kind of blow it off. It's kind of like you miss your last 2 shots, but you don't think about it. You think about that next shot. And I think that's the kind of mindset that we've had as a team, even after the Iowa game. So we know that we're starting over, we're starting fresh, and I think the guys are super excited to just play the game again and be in this position that we didn't get a chance to last year. And we mentioned that multiple times that this is what we've been working for, and we won a regular season championship last year, and we haven't won one at the Big Ten tournament. So we're looking forward to that and just continue to go out there and fight.
Alrighty, thanks, Meech.
Thank you, guys.